Robert Webber, who's our quote of the series. I don't know if I'm going to always have a quote of the series, but we have one. And Robert Webber, again, I want you to hear this. If this is your first time here, maybe this resonates a little bit. The story of Christianity moves from a focus on mystery in the classical period to institution in the medieval era, to individualism in the Reformation era, to reason in the modern era. Let's stop there for a second. So if you've ever been handed a book that was if you need to defend your faith, here are all the reasons you can do that now, right? And it's very thick and it has courtroom language. I'm not going to name the guy, but you know the guy if you grew up around the guy, right? And he's probably a nice guy, but there's a very thick book. And now you know for sure that Moses wrote every word of the first 5 books of the Bible. Now you know for sure that the earth is 6,000 to 8,000 years old. Now you can know for sure, scientifically, it is provable that the resurrection of Jesus actually happened. Really? Where does that impulse even come from? I didn't know that I could go to maybe the graveside of Jesus, get some soil, get a sample. No, I can't find his body in the soil sample. He must be resurrected. Can we just say some of us grew up with such reason-focused faith that by the end of it we were wondering if there's a reason to even have faith in the first place. And then culture continues to move. Do I think everything about this shift is good? No, it's cultural. It's not Jesus-ul. Right? I'm a writer. I can say things that are new words. We had this word called mission and missions, and now we have a word called mission-ol. We'll just have Jesus-ol, right? I think that's a pretty good idea. So we are part of the Jesus-ol movement, by the way, just so you know. So when people say, what kind of Christianity are you into? You're going to say, dude, emergent was cool for the early 2000s, and then we got missional, and that's our little sect, that's our little cool hipster brand. And then, oh, dude. My church is the only church, but we're going to plant so many of these churches. We're going to create a network of these churches, and they're called Jesus-ol, and they're going to rock your face off. And it's, by the way, the only really good one. Okay, so that's an illustration of the problem. Okay, so I don't even think I ended the quote yet. Come on, what? Okay, so the quote ends like this. So reason in the modern era, and now, in the postmodern era, back to mystery. For the earliest disciples of Jesus, they didn't need empirical evidence to reconstruct a reality that made them feel comfortable with their facts. They had seen, they had touched, they had felt, they had experienced. 500 of them saw the resurrected Jesus at one time, according to Paul. That's comforting, that's good. But they didn't sit with, we better map this out so future generations will know exactly how it all went down in such a way that the formula will be so convincing. What they did was they gave us letters and stories and said, here you go. Good luck with that. By the way, you can trust it. It's true. That's a word called faith. In the postmodern era, we're invited back culturally into something that I think is actually good for Christianity, and that's mystery. Not trusting that we can figure it all out, while also trusting that some things can affirm the experiences that we seem to be having. And that's okay.